Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about Shredder. So this is a little direct-to-DVD slasher movie from the early 2000s. I had never seen it before watching it for this review. I just randomly came across it recently. I watched it on Plex. I recently found out it just got added to Tubi, so it's on a couple services. I saw it on Plex. I kind of looked into it a little bit, and I was like, you know what, this is right up my alley. This has like a unique premise, and it's currently the winter, so what better time to watch it than now? Let me check this out. And I'm pretty darn glad that I checked this out because I was a fan of this. I thought it was a very solid slasher movie. I enjoyed myself, bottom line. So I had fun. Now that I've, given you all my overall thoughts, I'm going to jump into a quick plot summary here. So the movie centers around this group of young people. They're going to this abandoned ski resort because one of the girls in the friend group, her dad is planning on buying the resort. So they go to this abandoned resort. They're doing their thing. They're hanging in this abandoned cabin, drinking, smoking, snowboarding. They're all snowboarders for the most part. I think the one girl is a skier, but they're pretty much all snowboarders. So they're just having a blast, turning up, getting effed up, snowboarding, all that good stuff. So, they're having a fun little time. So once they go into town, they get all these crazy looks from all the locals, and they realize that the reason that the ski resort was shut down is because there was this tragic accident. Well, like a lot of the townspeople don't think it was an accident. They think, so here, let me just explain it. So there was this like young girl. She was skiing, and it was like right around the time when snowboarding started to get big and gain popularity. So there's all these young snowboarders. They're drunk, and basically they accidentally made her crash into a tree, and she passed away, but everyone in the town thinks that they murdered her, and the snowboarders who caused the accident were killed shortly after they accidentally killed that girl. So there's this whole mystery, like who killed them? We don't know. Who the heck knows? So anyways, everyone in the town is against snowboarding. A lot of people kind of like speculate that the mountain is haunted now. So this group of young people, they're still having the time of their lives, but then there's a killer in a ski mask, goggles, draped in all black, who's like this skiing killer who starts picking everyone off. So that is the basic plot summary. Now I'm going to get into some overall thoughts, and the first thing I want to get into are the kills, because this is a slasher movie, so the kills are very important. I thought the kills were very solid in this movie. Something that I really liked is the fact that there were a lot of creative kills, and there was a lot of variety with the kills. The killer really utilized the setting, because it was this ski resort setting. The killer utilized like the chair lifts, all kinds of ski equipment, and the like a lot of the kills kind of centered around the winter atmosphere. There was this like one kill with an icicle that was awesome. So yeah, you had a ton of creative kills. They all kind of were related to either like the snowy environment or the ski resort environment or the ski equipment. So it was, the kills were awesome in my opinion. And in terms of gore, the even though I thought the kills were very good, like in terms of them being creative and there's a lot of different kills, the gore was just okay. It wasn't that gory. For the most part, it was all practical, except there's like this kind of laughable CGI kill towards the end, but I thought it was funny, so I didn't mind it because it was like the CGI was so bad, it was hilarious. But yeah, for the most part, the kills are all practical, but the gore is nothing crazy. Like there are a few cutaway kills, but with that being said, the instances where there are where there is a cutaway kill, you always get to see the aftermath, and a lot of the times the killer like displays the bodies in these like fun and creative ways to toy with the victim. So there's this one instance where a body is like made into a snowman, and there's this one instance where all these bodies are laid out with like snow angels besides them. So yeah, I even though the gore wasn't as on point as it could be, the kills were very serviceable. I mean, more than serviceable. I thought they were good. So the kills were on point. And you know, something that I wrote here in my notes and that I want to talk about is just the fact that, in my opinion, this movie hit all the marks that a slasher movie needs to hit. You had good kills, you had some nudity, there were some absolutely beautiful women in this movie that, you know, got a little frisky, got a little nude with it. So you had the good kills, you had the nudity, you had, you know, the typical slasher setup, a group of young people getting drunk, getting high, partying, fornicating. So that, I mean, it just, it had that slasher feel. It hit all the marks. And in addition to that, I thought the killer's motivation was fun. Like, you know, I don't really know of another slasher movie that's centered around skiing and snowboarding, but the killer had this motivation to kill all snowboarders, and there was this like set of rules for the resort that if people were skiing and snowboarding and not abiding by the rules, the killer had to kill them. So it was a fun little motivation. It tied into the setting, it tied into the story. It was fun. So in my opinion, this movie hit all the slasher marks. So I can't be mad. I don't know. It gave me what I was looking for. So I mean, what more do I have to say? And the last thing that I want to talk about here is I want to kind of elaborate on that thing that I mentioned about the killer killing people who break the skiing and snowboarding rules. So I really liked that. I thought that was fun. It was because you know, if you're a fan of slasher movies, you know the rules. They've pretty much all, not all, but like most slasher movies have kind of followed this template for the longest time since they were like first conceived, and then the rules are, you know, kind of showcased or kind of like parodied in movies like the first Scream, even in the Scream sequels, where it's like, if you have sex, you die. If you drink and do drugs, you die. Never say, you know, I'll be right back or whatever. So this movie, I thought it was fun that it kind of acknowledged that slasher movies have this cookie cutter template and the set of rules, but it kind of flipped it a little bit, where instead of the typical rules, it was all the skiing and snowboarding rules and regulations. So if people weren't doing the necessary like chairlift safety precautions, they would die. Like if they were drinking on the mountain while snowboarding, they would die. Like the killer had the rules printed out, like all these pamphlets with the rules printed out, and like all the people who disobeyed the rules died. So I thought that was fun, because I that's part of the fun of slasher movies. They're kind of like formulaic. You know what you're gonna get. This was formulaic and still had the slasher rules, but it kind of had like a fun little twist on the slasher rules, where it was like, if you break the ski resort rules, you die. So I really liked that. I thought that was unique, but also not unique, if you know what I mean. Like it didn't it put some new rims on the wheel, but it didn't totally reinvent the wheel. So like I said, it still hit all the marks, but it did stuff a little bit different, where it was fun and kind of fresh. So yeah, that was the last thing that I had in my notes. That was the last thing that I really wanted to talk about. So I'm gonna get into a recommendation here, and then I'm gonna head out. So I would absolutely recommend this movie if you're a slasher fan. I think it's a fun slasher movie. You know, it's currently the winter. There's not a lot of slasher movies with like a good winter atmosphere. The whole skiing and snowboarding angle was pretty fresh. I used to ski and snowboard a lot growing up, so I liked it, because there's a lot of scary stuff. I used to always be scared of chairlifts and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong while skiing and snowboarding. So I don't know. It worked well. Like the setting, the setup, it worked well. So I don't know. It was formulaic but kind of fresh. It was just fresh enough. So the kills were good. You had some good nudity. I think this is a solid movie. I would definitely recommend it if you are a horror fan or a slasher fan. And it's free on a couple platforms right now. So it's free on Plex. It's free on Tubi. I mean, you might as well check it out. It's not, even if you hate it, it's free. So who the heck cares? It's like you're not even wasting that much time if you don't like it. It's only like an hour and 25 minutes or something. So I personally really liked it, so I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, that's my little recommendation. So now that I've, reviewed the movie, given you all my recommendation, I don't have anything else to talk about. So I'm gonna head out here. I just want to thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.